Mick Channon. To football fans of a certain era, this name means goals, excitement, and a true legend of the game. But behind his success, there's a heartbreaking story. A story of what if. A story about how a single motorway accident changed everything. Born on November 28, 1948, in Orcheston, Wiltshire, England, Mick Channon was a sports enthusiast from the start, especially passionate about football. His talent didn't go unnoticed as Southampton FC scouts spotted him early on. Young Mick was a blur on the pitch. Quick as a whip and with an eye for goal, he made a name for himself with his hometown club, Southampton. They called him a goal-scoring machine for a reason. He just loved putting the ball in the back of the net. And you know what? Southampton FC became the stage where Mick Channon truly shone. His debut in 1966 was the start of something special. He possessed the kind of electrifying pace that left defenders gasping for breath. He was also gifted with an almost preternatural instinct for the goal, a sixth sense for finding the back of the net. Soon enough, he was wearing the famous 3 lions of the England team, showing off his skills to the whole country. During his time with Southampton, Channon made over 500 appearances for the club and scored more than 200 goals, making him one of the club's all-time leading goal scorers. He also represented the English national team, earning 46 caps and scoring 21 goals for his country. Channon's contributions to English football earned him widespread fame and cemented his legacy as one of the sport's greats. But Mick's story didn't end there. In 1977, he made a bold move to Manchester City, where he continued to amaze crowds with his skill and determination. Though his time at City was brief, Mick left an indelible mark on the club and its supporters. After a brief stint at Manchester City, Mick returned to Southampton for one final season in 1979. It was a bittersweet homecoming, a victory lap for the legend, though it was tinged with the knowledge that the end was near. He eventually made the difficult decision to hang up his boots in 1982, but not before a brief flirtation with a comeback in 1985. When Mick finally hung up his football boots, it wasn't the end of the game for him. His heart was always pounding for the thrill of competition, and horses became his new playing field. He swapped the stadium for the stables, starting as a helping hand at the track. But Mick was never one for the sidelines. By 1990, he had his own trainer's license, determined to build a winning team with 4 legs instead of 2. Mick's love for horses began in childhood on the farm, and it blossomed into a full-fledged second career. He transitioned from goal-scoring legend to racehorse trainer, establishing himself as a force to be reckoned with at the track. Life seemed good. The roar of the crowds changed to the pounding of hooves, but the thrill of competition stayed the same. Mick's stables at West Ilsley became known for their winning horses and his natural touch with the animals. Just like on the football pitch, he possessed an innate understanding of the sport. One of his early victories came with a little horse named Piccolo. In 1994, this unlikely champion defied the odds and won the prestigious Nunthorpe Stakes at York. It was a big win, putting Mick's name on the racing map. After that exciting victory, Mick kept winning more races with champions like Tobug and Samitar. They were unbeatable in races like the Dewhurst Stakes and the Irish 1000 Guineas. Mick's stables were like factories of success, producing over 2,000 winners over the years. This showed how great Mick was at training both horses and jockeys, and to add a touch of fun, Mick even trained horses for some of his old football pals, keeping their friendship alive in a whole new way. So far, so good, right? Until one day in August 2008, he was driving home from the Doncaster sales with his son, Jack, and their friend, Tim Corby, when suddenly everything went wrong. There was a loud screech, a terrible crash, and darkness engulfed them. When Mick opened his eyes again, he found their car destroyed, smoke billowing into the sky. Tim, their dear friend, was gone, and Jack was injured. Mick himself was badly hurt, with broken ribs, a fractured arm and jaw, and a punctured lung, but the pain in his heart was even worse than his physical injuries. As Mick and Jack were rushed to the hospital, Mick couldn't shake the guilt and grief that weighed heavily on him. The road to recovery was tough, not just physically, but emotionally too. Mick couldn't stop asking himself, what if? What if he could have done something differently? Could he have saved Tim? Time passed, but the wounds in Mick's heart didn't heal. He returned to training horses, but something had changed. The joy he once felt seemed to have disappeared. Even when he won races, he couldn't escape the memories of that tragic day. Mick became a quieter, more private person. His laughter wasn't as loud and his smiles weren't as frequent, but amidst the sadness, he found solace in spending time with his horses. Riding through the fields, he felt a sense of peace, as if the wind carried away his troubles, if only for a moment. Friends and colleagues in the racing world would often comment on the change, noting Shannon's newly melancholic air. Yet, even in the shadows, there was a stubborn resilience. The fire within might have dimmed, but it had not been extinguished. In tough times, Mick turned to sports, his lifelong passion for solace. Watching young football stars play with determination reminded him of his own drive. So, he became a supporter of sports charities, guiding and inspiring young athletes. Helping others gave him purpose and healing. Mick's legacy wasn't just about his goals or wins, it was about leaving a mark on the next generation. Mick Channon started loving helping others through sports. One charity he really cared about was the Sports for All Foundation. This charity made sure that kids who didn't have many opportunities could still play sports. Mick helped out by giving money for things like equipment and coaches. Nowadays, Mick is retired from horse training. He handed over the reins to his son, Jack. He's enjoying a well-deserved rest after a lifetime of amazing accomplishments. But he'll always be remembered as a sporting great, both on the football pitch and the racetrack. His remarkable career taught us that with hard work and a love for what you do, you can achieve amazing things. All in all, Mick Channon's legacy is one of sporting greatness, but also of tragedy and resilience. From his early days as a lightning-fast footballer to his transition into the world of horse racing, Mick captivated fans with his talent and passion. He scored goals for Southampton like it was second nature, earning himself a place in the hearts of football lovers everywhere. But it wasn't just about the goals. Mick's instinct for the game and his sheer love for competition made him a legend on the pitch. His move to Manchester City may have been brief, but his impact was lasting. His return to Southampton for one final season was also a testament to his loyalty and his enduring connection to the club. In the end, the motorway accident undoubtedly left a deep scar on Mick Channon's life. It dimmed his once vibrant spirit and forever altered his path. Yet even in the face of such tragedy, Mick found the strength to carry on. Though his journey veered onto a more somber road, it didn't stop him from finding meaning and purpose. Mick Channon's story is far more than a tale of goals or horses. It's a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. It proves that even when life throws us its most devastating blows, we can find ways to rise again, not necessarily unscathed, but wiser and with a deeper understanding of perseverance. If you were moved by his journey, consider hitting the like button and sharing this video to spread his inspiring story. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more. And remember, even in the darkest of times, there's always hope. See you in the next video.